Thank you for joining. So grateful that you're here. So as others come in, I'm just going to play music till others get into the room. Okay. Hi, Erin.
It's so good to see you, Miss Chioma.
Good to see you too. Thank you for coming. Any music choices?
You hear me?
Hey, hi, Erin.
Hello, hello.
Any music choices for anybody? I'm going to play some music while folks come in.
I've been listening to smooth jazz, spa music all morning. No words, just smooth music. That's what I've been listening to all morning.
Smooth jazz. Okay. So I don't know if we do smooth jazz. We'll do jazz. Let me see. I'm more of the old school jazz kind of fan. Erin, do you have a thought on that?
I'm in concurrence. You know, all vibes. I leave it up to you.
Okay. Let's do this. I just want to pause. I'm going to put in the chat the registration link because it's important that you register even as you're here so that they can, on the back end, the Nurses United folks can give you access to the through text, which we're going to watch the video and everything. But, for now, it'll be great for you to register so it's easier. We just cut out time for when we get into it. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So please register. Hi, Fari. Thank you for being here. Thanks for coming.
Jumbo, the link says that it's too late to register, but maybe what you're dropping might be something different. But it wouldn't let.
Let me let them know that. So mind you, this is all part of my training. I am not the savviest here with this technology, but
yeah, I just ignored it. I'm like, I'm gonna click on the link anyway.
Me too.
50% chance I will get in. Good morning, Miss Fari.
Good morning, Mama Duffy.
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I got to visit with baby. I got to visit with baby Daniel today.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Good be.
So excited. So I came to DC last night, and just wanted to get up this morning and have some time here. Just in my own home. Yes. for a very welcome change in my home.
Okay.
Oh, it only I slept my bed last night. It was so peaceful. Oh, just thankful and blessed.
What happens if I change the time?
Did you say you already dropped the link, Chioma?
You come, mommy.
Oh,
no one. No, baby. We're not. I don't see the either. No. Sorry, we're having a moment. I'm not buying it.
It's okay. It's okay.
No. No. And close the door, please. Oh, I don't. Close the door, too.
If you don't buy those apps, it's the end of the world, girl.
Right, and they cost money. we ain't doing all of it. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Good morning, Aaron.
Jumbo. Good morning.
Jumbo, how you feeling?
I'm all right. I guess I'm grappling with my own technological issue right now with my
Oh no.
Computer. It's okay. It's not even that big of a deal. I was actually looking for that link, but it seems she almost stepped away for a second. So I'll wait till she returns. How are you, Ms. Barry?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain, my love. Can't complain.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, so you don't have to give me a second at the classroom.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was looking for the link to register for the texting. Is it in the chat or is it in the email?
I'm going to send it to you now. We're gonna through text. Okay, so actually this is the link. I think this is the right link that you go to register for the through text. Okay, great. So I'm gonna drop this in the chat. This is the right link for the through text. Hey, hi everybody. Yay, we are close. So my goal, so I just want to start with just explaining how we get to this moment. For those of you who organize and work with me regularly, probably like, where's this coming from? Medicare for all, Chioma, what's up? Okay, so I just want to connect the dots to the work that I've been doing. As all of you know, my father died last year of COVID, but years before that, he struggled, he'd suffered, and we're all, I mean, and that's just my dad, right? Like almost every member of my family is a person with a disability. Every member of my nuclear family is a person with a disability. So I've watched it at the periphery. I've watched it in the driver's seat as a primary caretaker. I've watched it as the sandwich generation, as a daughter who, became the caretaker of her father and is the current caretaker of her mother. And, the perpetual poverty that is guaranteed when we don't fix and address the high cost of healthcare is criminal. And it leads to death. Right? In the case of my dad, had we had resources, we had the resources to be able to give him what he needed without having to go through an eligibility process, which we would not have been able to qualify for, because those of you who have navigated the system know that it's a low bar when it comes to what you can get support for Medicaid, which is the income based program for healthcare. And if you own a home, even if you're retired, and you have any kind of assets, but even if it's marginal and not enough, they basically want you to have nothing in order to help you. So, and at that point, when in the middle of when my dad was literally having to come out of the ICU because he had aspiration pneumonia, he had dementia for many years before, for a few years before he eventually did die of COVID. And so part of that aspiration pneumonia was because of all his deteriorating functions and inability to really navigate and have the in-home support that he needed. He'd been in and out of the hospital for months before ending up in the ICU in February. And then when he was released from the ICU in February, he was then taken. He couldn't come home because he had lost all his ability to walk, to talk. He had deteriorated when he had a physical ailment. Long and short is that we couldn't bring him home because the house was not ADA compliant. He was not Medicaid eligible. And it was in the middle of the lockdown orders that had us put him in a nursing home where he got COVID and died. That is just one example, a drop in a bucket. I'm sure we could be here for days talking about each other's stories. And I hope over time we will get to know each other's healthcare journeys because the need for Medicare for all is a local issue. It's not just a national issue, it's a local issue. But we know that as Washingtonians, we are in a unique disadvantaged position because we're not a state. So part of our activation has to come through national networks. So I'm very grateful to have connected with the National Nurses United, which I was connected to them because I've been actively part of a network of other family leaders and members that are in pain from losing loved ones from COVID in a small group called COVID Families, which was pulled together by the Center for Popular Democracy, of which Spaces in Action and Aaron's here, representing Spaces. I don't know, is Terrence coming? Terrence may show up too. Fari is part of that network. And so Spaces in Action is our CPD local affiliate. And so, I mean, I hope to work very closely with Spaces in the near future. After this session, I've completed my leadership training, and then it's really then incorporating it more authentically in the work we do around special education, around healthcare access for children with disabilities specifically, and people with disabilities navigating through the entire lifespan. Like our stories don't really get told as tragic healthcare stories, and it's time locally we frame it, call our local leaders to the carpet on this question, and plug in nationally. So today we're plugging in nationally and not locally because there's already infrastructure. So I don't know, have you guys been able to sign up? Was it easy to do with the through text? Everybody's good?
Everything looks like it's
I'm about to try
great.
it now. I didn't get to try it because I was listening to you.
Okay, great. So I want you guys to try it, but I do want everybody to become, good friends. Hopefully we work continuously on this campaign and tie it into the work that we do. So I just love to, kick it to Carla, who came Tuesday when we made our first attempt to start with the intros, and then you can popcorn it to anybody. So just say who you are, where you're from, and what's your connection to Medicare for All currently. You're on mute, Carla.
Hi, I'm Carla. I'm a special ed advocate, a mental health advocate, and I'm here because Chioma invited me, but I think it's an important topic. I just kind of think it's a no-brainer. I just don't, I can't like digest the conversation about why this is not a bad idea. I mean, there's so much evidence.
Yeah, thank you. Do you want to pass it to somebody?
Lindsay?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Jones-Renaud. I'm multitasking over here. I have a little one running around. I mean, kind of what Carla said, like it's to me, it's just a no-brainer. Like, why are we not, especially in a district in a country that has so much money, why are we not paying for people's healthcare? It's just, it's a human right. So that's why I'm here.
Great. Do you want to pass it to somebody, Lindsay?
Oh yeah, sure. How about Gladys?
Fari? So she goes by Fari, even though.
Oh, that's Fari. Oh, hi, Fari.
Yeah. She may have stepped away.
Okay.
So let's go to Donna.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna Flanori. I am with the Foster and Adoptive Parent Advocacy Center. I am directly affected by Medicare for All because when I graduated from college in '88, at the age of 25, when I hit 25, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus, which I had to, after years of struggling to continue to work as a young woman, and I couldn't, I was getting sicker and sicker, had to get on Medicare. And so it directly affects me, what the benefits are, but also I'm a part of a lupus support group, and a lot of my colleagues or my friends in the support group are struggling and can't get the medications and the treatments that I am able to get because they don't qualify for Medicare. And there are some things that I'm not able to get even though I do qualify for it. So it directly affects me, but it also indirectly affects me because of my sisters in the lupus struggle and some of the other struggles that young women, and I still feel like I'm young, got some age on me, but we got a lot of life ahead of us. And I just feel like that I have to stay in this really tiny, small box in order to get, minimal care. If I step out of it, then, I could possibly lose some of my benefits. So I have a whole lot of reasons to learn as much as I can. And Chioma, I'm the person that connected you with Sherelle Moore, who does your centering.
Yay! Oh, great.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing lots of fun things. With
She's so
Sherelle.
excited to be. She's so excited to be connected with you. She called me the other day and said, "Thank you so much. I love Chioma." And I'm like, I do.
Well, it's definitely reciprocal. I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
So, and in the future, we are planning on some things together that we're going to connect to this work. So
Great.
more to come, more to come.
Great.
Aaron?
That's me. Hi, everyone. Aaron Duvall, community fellow with Spaces in Action, uses he, him pronouns. And I've got about a million one rants about Medicare for all, but I'll be brief. The amount of death and destruction that not having healthcare in this country is, quite frankly, disgusting.
I'm sorry, Aaron. I want to hear every word you're saying, and I can't hear you. It might
Can you
be.
not hear me? See, this
Yes,
is what
now
I'm
better.
this is what I'm talking about. All right, I got to be up on this because this is a good mic.
Now, much better now.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is the broadcast. Anyway. Yes, I'll be brief. The amount of death and the amount of death and destruction associated with not having healthcare in this country is, quite frankly, disgusting. And it's long overdue for something like this to be in the United States when we're already grappling with so many other issues at the same time. Like I said, I could get into all of it, but this being one of the most preventable ones I can think of off the top of my head. And we're actively not doing anything about it. So Medicare for all.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Right.
It should be.
It should be. It should
pretty
be.
Uncontroversial, but
right.
It is controversial. So thank you all.
Jumbo.
Yes.
Jumbo, guys.
Jumbo.
First of all, Carla, I heard you call my name. I was in another screen completing the registration link because I wanted to start at the same time everyone else did, but I was on mute. So I apologize. I heard you calling me. I felt so bad. I'm Fariga Mina Tumpe. I am both with Spaces in Action and Pat Down 202, which is a subsidiary of Bornfree. So these intersections come into a crossroads, as well as a mental health advocate working with Donna Flanori. And that's how Chioma, that's how Donna got connected with you through me. So we are all interconnected in some way through this work. But Medicare for all could save upwards of 69,000 lives a year. That is something to grab a hold on to, whether you have a personal story. I too lost my dad to COVID and 6 other members of my family and community this year. Multi-generational health disparities, beginning with my grandmother to my mother, to me, and now down to my children and my grandchildren. There are 5 generations of people in my family whose lives could have been saved with comprehensive and adequate health care. So that is why I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and for just being so courageous every step of the way with everything that you're going through. I'm even just getting a little emotional thinking about it. I'm just going to move to the video. We're going to watch the video. And then after the video, we're going to get into through text. By the time the video is over, hopefully everyone has access to through text. And if not, we'll just troubleshoot the technical issues with that. And let me know in the chat if you are already in through text, just so I know I don't have to bug anybody on. I have to call anybody for it. So I'm gonna start playing the video.
What does it mean when you say in through text?
So if the registration link that I just sent you, that's in the chat right now, I'll paste it again.
Oh no, I did that. I did do
Oh,
that.
okay.
Okay.
So just hold tight. Just hold tight to that. From there should have been something that came in the mail for you.
Oh.
So we're gonna watch the video. Welcome, Dominique. We're gonna watch a video, and then we'd love to, for you to introduce yourself. Actually, do you want to just introduce yourself before we start the video really quickly? Yeah, you'll get an assignment soon. Oh, okay. Maybe not. So we're gonna watch the video. If I can open the video. Give me 1 second. Training video.
Show you how to send text message. Start with you getting an email.
Oops.
Hello there. My name is Craig with ThroughText, and this is our ThroughText texter training video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to send text messages using ThroughText. Your ThroughText assignment will start with you getting an email.
I believe the audio has dropped from the video. Can't hear.
Can't hear anything.
You there, Chioma?
It says she's still here. We did drop off one person, Dominique.
Yeah, I hope she comes back.
Was there a question?
The audio just dropped off. It was going for a few seconds, but then the audio went away.
Oh, I can back it up a little bit and go back to it.
Yeah, it started at like the 10-second mark.
Oh, wow.
Your ThroughText assignment will start with you
We're
getting
good.
an
Can you hear it now, right?
Yep.
email. Get going. Just click on the link in the email, and that will load up the ThroughText texting interface. You will see when it loads up that there are 3 main sections to the ThroughText interface. On the left side, you will have the list of people that you will be texting. The middle is where your conversations are going to take place, and it includes the message content box where you can type what you want to say to your contacts. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see the information about your campaign assignment. This is where your texting administrators will share information about your assignment. Eventually, after you've sent out all your initial messages, this panel will also include the tools that you will need to respond and collect data. Your texting administrators have loaded the initial message for your assignment. As you can see, it's going to be identical for each person you're texting, and it is going to fill in their name each time. So as you can see, it says, "Hi, name, this is Tony with Bartlett for President. There's an event near you this Saturday to kick off our campaign. Can you make it?" I'm going to go ahead and send each of these messages. All you have to do is press the send button on each one. The recipient is going to get it like any other text message on their phone. When you're done sending the messages, it'll say inbox 0. Great job. You cleared your inbox. Now you'll be notified by email if you receive any replies. And now we're going to wait for the responses. Some of the responses are going to come right away. Some might come in an hour, and sometimes recipients don't respond for even a whole day. So here we have our first responses. You have the ability to sort them by status, activity, or name. It's really up to you and your preference. You can see over here on the right, our tools have shown up. The information we saw before is now a tab on the far right, and we have 2 new tabs for surveys and replies. The surveys tab houses our survey questions, which is how you record data. The Replies tab is where we have our saved replies. There are two types of saved replies for you to use. There are the recommended replies, which are written by your admins, and there are my replies, which are the ones written by you. Within those two types of replies, there are two more. There are campaign-specific recommended replies, which are just for this campaign, but there's also global recommended replies, which are used for all campaigns across your organization. If you click on the reply one time, it will show you what it says. Above the message content box, you can see that the opt-out and archive buttons have appeared. We'll talk about what those do in a minute. On the left side, you can see that there are some blue dots showing up by people's names. This means that they have a message that hasn't been responded to. Let's look at Joan's response so I can show you how to respond and record data. Joan has said, sure, what time is it at? So first things first, we're going to record her response as a yes in the surveys tab. Then I'm going to go click over to my replies tab and see that I have one for people who say yes. After I click on it, you'll see that it gives her the information for the event. To use this recommended reply, I can either click the message that I dropped down or I can click the plus sign here. As you get moving along and are more familiar with the replies, you can avoid the drop down and just click the plus sign. Once you do that, you'll see that it has dropped down the reply into the message content box. You want to make sure it looks good, and then you can click send. Once you do that, you'll see that Joan's name has dropped down to the bottom and the blue dot has gone away. So Catherine has said that she is interested, but would like more details. We record her as a maybe to start and then jump over to replies. The yes option seems like it will work for the most part, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. If we select it and put it into the message box, we can then edit the last part to say, will we see you there? Rather than see you there.
Sorry, hold
And then
on.
we can send her our new message.
To reshare. Just every time somebody calls me, it disrupts the share screen.
The maybe to start and then jump over to replies. The yes option seems like it will work for the most part, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. If we select it and put it into the message box, we can then edit the last part to say, will we see you there? Rather than see you there. And then we can send her our new message. Now let's look at the one for Daniel. Daniel says, I can't make it. Is there anything else I can do to help? So I'll collect his response in surveys as a no, and I'll also check him off as yes on future events, as he seems like someone who is interested in helping out in the future. I can then go over to my replies. I see that I have two different no responses that I can use, but based on Daniel's question about helping out in other ways, the future events response seems like it would be a good fit. Dropping it down, we can see that it says that we will make sure he is on the list for future events, and that seems like a good response, so we'll click the plus and use it. With Emily's response, it says, you have the wrong number. Can you take me off your list? Now, this is going to happen, especially because we are texting a lot of people. The way you handle this is with the opt-out button. I'm going to click opt-out. Also, you'll see that I have the option here of sending Emily a message at the same time as opting her out. In this case, the message would say, so sorry about that. We'll take you off the list right now. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We recommend that you send someone a message when opting them out, but in some cases where it doesn't seem appropriate, or the person might not appreciate it, you can uncheck the box here and it will take that away. I'm going to click submit to finalize this opt-out. It's really important that you complete the opt-out by submitting. By opting out, it means that Emily is not going to get any more messages from your organization. And you can see that her name got removed from the contact list on the left. Now we can see that Catherine has written us back. She says, great, I'm in. Can I bring a friend? First, we can go into the surveys and switch her from a maybe to a yes. Then we can go over to replies. I don't have a great response already written by the admins, so I have a couple options here. One, I can write a one-off response in the message content box. Or two, if I anticipate that I might get this question again, I can write my own save reply. To do this, go to add a custom reply. I can then select if I want this to be just for this campaign or a global reply across all the campaigns that I might work on, if I feel it's an answer to a common question. In this case, the question is about why they should vote for Measure Z, so I'm going to keep it as a campaign save reply. Then I'm going to give it a title. Let's call it bring a friend reply. And in the body section here, I'm going to say, of course, the more the merrier. Now I'll click save. That's my own save reply that I can use, and I can send it here in my replies dropdown. I can click the plus sign and send that off to Catherine. Now, let's say that I'm done with the conversation. Let's look at Joan's conversation again. She said she's coming to our event. I've replied with the event details, and I've recorded all the data. Now I want to keep my queue clean, so I'm only dealing with active conversations. So I'm going to use the archive button. By clicking the archive button, it's going to remove this conversation from my queue. Now don't worry, if Joan replies back, the conversation will reappear back into my queue. But for right now, it lets me just focus on active conversations. Now let's talk about the device you'll use to access your ThroughText assignments. As you can tell from the video, our layout is designed around desktop or laptop computers. But don't worry, you can use a phone or tablet to complete your assignments as well. ThroughText can be used on any phone or tablet device, either iOS or Android. Everything will be there, just a little shrunken down. You just use your device's web browser. No need to download an app. So those are the basics of sending messages in ThroughText. Good luck and happy texting.
Okay. I am just sending them the list of everybody's names so they can know to. He can't distinguish who, like my groups versus somebody else's. So I'm just gonna have to. So Fari, did you sign up as Gladys or Fari?
Hello there. My name is Craig with ThroughText. And this is our campaign creation.
Sorry.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and launch a campaign.
Fari, are you there?
Yes, Fari. I signed up as Fari.
Okay.
Chioma, did you say we're supposed to get an email?
No, you're just gonna see a list pop up at your sidebar in the ThroughText. So in the chat, I also just put the login space. So you can, if you didn't log in, you can log in just using that link based on the password and the username that you signed up for. Aaron, what's your last name? I'm spacing. I know this. What's your last name?
Oh, were you talking to me, Chioma?
Yeah. How did you sign up? What's your last name?
Aaron Duvall, D-E.
Duvall.
I'll just type it out. It's okay. There it is.
Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen and just kind of log in so you could see while hopefully we'll get the list soon. So I'm going to sign in here. I'm going to walk through every step here. We get going. All right, I'm going to sign in. I should have just copied and pasted from the chat that I put it in.
We just waiting for a list right now.
Yes. He'll sorry, he should have done that. So I'm gonna sign out. So once I just copied the link I put in the chat. So you guys can do that on your desktops right now. The list that, I have an option because we did one list. We did a different list. I think he said the one we're doing is the main.
I'm on my phone. Do I need to go get on my desktop?
No, you can do it on a phone. You can
Okay.
absolutely do it on a phone, but you just use the web browser in your phone. There's no app to download. So that's the good part. It's not taking all that memory up on your phone. So you just have to type it into I don't know, do you have an iPhone or Android?
That's an Android.
Okay, so whatever the web browser is, if it's not Safari, Google, whatever browser that you use, just copy the link. Let me see. I don't know why it didn't come out as a hyperlink. Let me see if I do it again. It's a clickable link. No, it's not a clickable link. So I'm sorry, you just have to copy paste it in your browser. So in this place where it says assignments, that's where we're gonna see populate a list of names. Okay, everyone should be all set. I'm gonna refresh and see.
So it says your organization.
So
Mine says
So-
National Nurses, so I figure that's just generic.
no. That's who we're doing this. So National Nurses United is,
Okay.
you know, who is sponsoring the through text thing, or that I'm in the training with. They're training me on Medicare.
Okay.
So we're using their through text, and we'll probably be have access to it to do national things in the future.
Try this link. I made it a hyperlink in the chat.
Oh, thank you. See, tech savvy people. Thank you.
But if I'm there, I'm good, right?
Oh, you good?
I mean, it says click to go to organization, National Nurses. So am
Yeah.
I there? I'm there.
So have you been able to log in? Can you click on the link that Erin just put in the chat? That should take you to exactly where you should log in. It should prompt you for your username and your password.
Okay. Okay, I'm seeing me, O2 co-sponsor, TextBank.
Yes, I mean, so that's for Maine. That's right. Perfect.
Okay.
So click on that one. That's the list that we're using.
Is it? Hi, Carol. I'm Donna with National Nurses. And I send that message.
Right. So you see the sidebar here where on my list, if you look on my list for a second, if you come back to Zoom and look on my video, since you're on the phone, there is, again, there are all these people, right? Everybody should have 500 people, right?
500 people.
Right. Everyone should. So this is the number of people that we have. So right now, we're just starting the correspondence. So that means we're going to start the conversation with Susan. That's my first person. I'm just going to click send to Susan. Hi, Susan. And I'm just going to power through all of this, right? I'm just going to power through it. And you should just do the same, right? And then once you send to everybody,
Probably send like 100.
well, I mean, I send all, and then, I just let people, people are going to be slow to respond anyway. So as people start to respond, on this side, you can see, it should have a, so I think once I finish sending everything, the response sidebar is going to come up, or as soon as people start responding, there's another bar on this side where it says info that'll give you all the options of choices based on what they respond to. I'm happy to leave my screen up, and so you can see what I'm doing while you do it on yours, if that's helpful. Is that helpful?
So it says, hi, Carol, I'm Donna with National Nurses. That's what you're saying I need to send, right?
Yeah, so I'm just pressing send. Like no variation in the initial.
I got this.
Right? So every time a new person comes up, there's a message that populates in this box. I didn't create that message, it was already crafted. If you want to tweak the message, you can, but I don't advise that, considering this isn't local DC. Maybe, we have access to it through text that allows us to organize locally. And I'm sure, I don't know, Erin, does Spaces use through text? And does it use it for local contacts?
We are in the midst of putting together what we want to do for our first of all, our own group for Medicare for All, but also how we can help with efforts like this to do nationally. But right now we're developing our group texting or our mass texting system. We might use Hustle. We might use through text depending on I don't know which one we like better.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know the difference, right? But for right now,
They're
these
pretty
are all
similar.
people. Oh, cool. These are all people that live in the state of Maine because the target is for them. It says if you said he says texting voters in Maine, I guess O2 congressional district to identify supporters of Medicare for all and ask them to join the efforts to help get Representative Jared Golden to co-sponsor, HR 1976. So currently in the House of Representatives in Congress, there is it was introduced by Jamila, what's her name? Jarapal, I don't want to mess it up. It was introduced by
Jamila
yes.
Jayapal?
Yes, she's amazing, and I'm really bad with remembering how to say her name, and I need to do that. I apologize for that. But it was introduced earlier this year, a new version. There are many versions that have been introduced into Congress. This is one that a lot of the nurses union has gotten behind. And we want to, we needed to push through. Where in Washington, we don't get a vote. So we're just going to activate through Maine, at least for the purposes of today. And so we're starting the conversation with, hi, Ed May, I'm Chioma with National Nurses United. Medicare for All is a popular proposal that could cover blah, 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 right? Are you one of the 69% of people in the US who support Medicare for All? So we're just galvanizing interest with this list of people, however, they came into this pool. Sorry, you said?
Sorry,
So-
I was reading the I just finished sending all my replies just now.
Oh, good, you're quicker than me. So I'm gonna so is everybody,
yeah.
let me see if I could see everybody. Is everybody good? I could stop playing some music and let you guys
No.
just get to it and
No.
leave my screen up. Yep.
What do you do when they try to call you?
Call you on the phone?
Yeah, it says Sylvia tried to call you. Click here to call them back. I'm not calling anybody back, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
don't call them back. If you don't, you don't call them back.
Well, what do I do with it? I have two like that.
Let me ask.
Mhm.
Aaron, do you know? What do you do?
Oh, they try to call you? No, they're absolutely not calling back. Your number's hidden anyway, so
Just archive it.
Good question. I'm not entirely sure, but I would
Hold
say
hold
just
tight, I'm
move on.
asking.
I would say move on to the next. Just get all your responses out first, and we'll worry about that.
Sounds like a plan. And as soon as my trainer responds, I will let you know what the official response is. But what Aaron said makes a lot of sense. Just ignore and only respond to people who are responding in text for right now. So we kind of have our marching orders as to what happens if people call.
Okay, so I didn't get mine anymore today, so I don't have any left.
Oh, okay. So it says at the sidebar, there should be a reply option for you once you finish sending everything, that says try to call. And that you can copy that generic message into the chat,
Okay.
the people that are trying to call you, which should redirect them to take action.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't have any more.
Sorry, say that again?
I don't have any more.
Catch up from you.
Oh, girl,
I was like, why did you do that?
that's the only way my granddaddy did
Sheila, I
it
have
that
a
way.
question. Do we have the same group of people?
No, we all
Okay.
have different people.
Okay.
So I have a list of 500 and everybody has a list of 500. I don't know how you got to 500, Aaron. I'm like clicking. I'm a slow clicker. So this is half the work, right? Just sending it to them.
Oh yeah,
And-
don't look at me. I'm a gamer. I've got 20 years.
Oh, you're a gamer, right? You
I've
got
20 years
tools,
of finger muscles in here. So
right? So again, so you see messages are starting to come in. The initial responses are there, are all gone. So then pops up here is the survey, the replies. So the survey I've picked up is that when people are responding, whatever they're saying, I'm just gonna make a note before I archive it. Or especially if like, so it's the wrong person, for example, and I feel like I don't know, that's just me. You know, I catered, like if I see the generic didn't actually hit what I wanted or what I needed. So this one is I'm not Elaine, wrong number. There's probably a wrong number here somewhere. Wrong number. Then you say, okay, sorry. Boom. Oh wait, you click on it, automatically populates here. So this is the message for that. Send it, come back to the survey. It was the wrong number. Did the person sign a petition? I don't know yet. And I don't have to answer it right now because I don't have to close it till maybe they respond. Nope. I don't know anything yet. So then I'm just gonna move to the next person, right? They say stop. Okay, so automatically this person, strongly against, clearly, no. I guess kind of hostile. I mean, hostile is a harsh kind of thing. No. And then I'm just gonna click the opt out. Well, I guess there's a message I could say.
I got that same situation, and I was wondering if there was a response.
So there's the end of, I mean, you can also just type a response. Okay. Will do. You don't have to say anything if they say stop. And they've opted out. I filled out the survey, opt out, right? They're opted out. And then you just keep going down as people respond. I'm not Nancy, fuck off. Nice. Okay.
Okay, so if it says stop, I don't have.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
So I'm not even gonna reply to this person. I'm just gonna say wrong number. No, right? So just giving you all the gist, hostile, no, right? And just opt out. Right, there's that. Try to call you, click to call them back, right? There's that message there. So, okay, hopefully that's clear. I wanna just play music. I don't wanna bore you guys with going through what I'm gonna do. I want you guys to focus on what you're gonna do. I'm gonna play some music. You know, the goal was to keep this to an hour. If you wanna stay on, I could stay on, you know, as long as you guys wanna stay on. But, you know, please, even if we exit, I encourage you to at least send your first list and do some initial responses. After 24 hours, the nurse is gonna take back the list. And so we don't have to worry about keeping to follow up with them. This is again, people in Maine, this is not our base. So we're just actually exercising. Are there any questions before I start the music? Is everybody good? Is everybody set?
I think I'm just gonna have to figure out navigating it on my phone. That's all. It's a way lot different than the computer screen, but I think I'll be okay. I'll go back into the chat and chat a question if I have one for you, Chioma.
Sure. Okay, great. All right, best of luck. May the force be with everybody. I'm just gonna put some music on, go back to our jazz list here, and have fun.
on Coltrane? Sorry, Chioma, if you're speaking. I can't
It
hear
is Coltrane.
What
It is. It is Coltrane.
you. Yeah, he's got that very, very distinct Coltrane sound. Yeah, I can hear it anywhere.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Hey, Carla, were you able to send all of your first 500? Really quick. Maybe she stepped away. Back to music. I'm gonna put it in the chat, Carlos, when you come back, if you can hear, but can't respond. I think you have to get to all of your 500, reply to everyone, and then you can get a new list. I just want to check in with everybody. How's it going so far? Are you guys good? We can keep going, but we'll stop at 1 for sure. If you can stay on and keep uploading your list till then, I really appreciate that. If not, I thank you for your time and your energy today. And if you have any questions, please, maybe we could talk about it now. Carla, it looks like you're not able to get into the list. Was reloading and coming back in and picking the main list, did that work for you? Carla? Must have stepped away. Well, let me know in the chat. I'm sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good. No, I'm rolling. I'm rolling. I just it's still funny when people choose to decide to respond to text. This person was driving when they respond to me, and they responded with "I'm driving." I'm like, okay, why are you looking at text messages while driving? I just said drive safely. But when you get a chance,
well, I mean, you're the guy that told me to fuck off. People, I mean, you're gonna get all kinds.
Oh no, I already got one of those. I'm fine. I'm not I'm not a baby. I'm cool with that. But it's like it's the more sillier responses like that one. It's like, why are you responding to rando text messages while you're driving?
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, it is interesting. I know it's interesting for me to see it on this end because I'm used to receiving like a bunch of crap from like DNC and all these other people. And it's good to know how the technology works with this because I've never used Hustle or Robocall or anything like that prior to this. But I'm going to put the music back on. If anybody has anything, thank you for being here. Hope you're powering through your lists and re-upping, as you're getting through. I can't even imagine how many number of lists you've probably gone through, Aaron. But, I don't want to know.
I had to wait. I had to wait for another one to pop up for some reason, but they gave me like 300 more and I just clicked through all of them just now. So I'm responding to these people.
Okay. Hi, Donna. Did you have a question? Do you want to put in the chat? Oh, okay. So, I mean, we're gonna stop the Zoom at 1 o'clock, but please feel free to stay on. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Really glad you're enjoying it. So, I'm gonna put the music back on, and we'll just close out the Zoom at 1. Hard stop for that, but feel free to keep doing it through the day. Thank you all. Back to the music. Hi, I just noticed Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. Do do you have a do you want are you set up
Hello.
for through text?
Yeah, I got the text. That's how I got on.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna drop in the chat a link for you to register for the text I don't call it. It's not a software, but the web-based um, application that we use for to make the text, to do the text. So if you can create a login information for yourself, then I will let my lead know, and then they'll assign a list to you.
Okay.
And if you
Thank
haven't, just so hang tight. And when you get the list, please just put in the chat that you've gotten the list. In the meantime, the others are on their list, but I'm just gonna play a video for you, just so
Yes.
that you know what to do in the list when you get it.
Okay.
And hold on. So instead of music, we're just gonna watch the video again, guys. Sorry.
Using ThroughText. To start, make sure you're on the Campaign tab in the ThroughText admin panel, and then press the New Campaign button to get started. In ThroughText, there are 5 basic steps to create a campaign and to launch it. The first step is on the Create page. On this page, you will set the basics of the campaign. You will need to create a name for the campaign. Through tip 1, make sure you're using a good naming scheme so that it's easy for you and your team to know what the campaign is about. Let's name our campaign Bartlett 2020 Rally Interest. The description will show up as info for your senders in the messenger view. You can share notes and instructions with them here. We're going to let our senders know that we want them to be sure to answer all the survey questions where applicable. If they have any questions, to reach out to the Bartlett 2020 Slack. We are going to be texting contacts on the East Coast, so we will leave the country as United States and the time zone as US Eastern. The start date and time will dictate when the campaign opens, so let's set our start time as July 19, 2019 at 1:50 p.m. Currently it is 1:56 p.m., so if you launched our campaign before 1:56, then your senders would get the notification that the campaign is open, but would not have any visible conversations when they go to their assignment. We want them texting immediately. We will need to set the open time to prior to the current time. That is why our open time is going to be set to 1:50 p.m. The close time is when the campaign will close for initial messages to be sent, but replies can still be received and replied to. If necessary, both the open and close times can be edited after the campaign is launched. We'll go over that in another support doc. Since this is for a rally tomorrow, I'm setting our close time for tonight at 9 p.m. The daily open and close times are when your senders can start sending each day when all texting will stop for the evening. Let's leave our open and close time from 9 a.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. If your senders go to their assignment after 9 p.m., They will get a message that says, sorry, we're closed for the night. If you're not going to assign all the conversations to senders to start, or if you are unassigning conversations during the campaign, you can allow the Allow Self-Assign checkbox to allow your senders to request 100 conversations at a time when they complete their existing assignment. We want to text people in Boston, Massachusetts, so let's select the 617 area code as our first region and the 857 area code as our second region. Now, depending on the availability of numbers in those two areas, we might not have enough numbers to complete our campaign. For that reason, I'm going to select Massachusetts All as my third region. Using a region like Massachusetts All in this case as a second or third option is recommended so that you have a larger number of area codes to choose from. These regions can pull from any area code within the state or part of the state. So if you don't have a specific area code you want to use, you can select a larger region as your first region. You can even choose 2 or 3 different regions to broaden your number availability. The next step is to target your campaign. You can either add a group or target groups from another campaign. The groups option is all the groups you have uploaded into ThruText that have not been archived. The past campaigns option is every campaign your organization has ran, including archiving. With the past campaign option, you can also target based on a few options. Select between what responses you received on one or more survey questions or the reply status from a previous campaign. I'm going to select the group that we created in our previous video.
I think she logged off, so I'm just going to go back to music in these last few minutes. Hey, Yvonne, I didn't know if you were, I didn't know what happened, so sorry about that. Were you able to create the account or not? I think you're on mute. I can't hear you, Yvonne. I can try and unmute you.
Now I'm unmuted.
Yes, yes, yes.
I hit the link again. I think something just came in on my phone. That might have been the link that I'm waiting for. So I guess I'll need to go back off and go back out to do that.
No, I'm gonna post in the login portal where you log in. I'm trying to find where Erin. So you can click on what I'm putting in the chat right now.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so.
Put my email.
Yes, your email.
And it says a password.
So create one.
Create a password. Okay. Okay, I can do that.
Great. All right. So just hang tight. Do you want me to play the video again for you?
I got some of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from where you stopped. Sorry, my child. I'm gonna boot him out in a minute.
New group July 4th, 2019, and press Set Base Segment. If you don't press Set Base Segment, it is not locked in, so the system will not let you proceed. Once you have selected your first base segment or who you want to text,
Oh,
you
Lord.
can add additional segments the
I'm
same
gonna
way.
have to hang up again. I got another call coming in. This is not a good time.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what I'll do, I'll just try to meet
Well,
you
I mean,
guys at another
can
time.
you please put your email, and if you can put your email address, and if you feel comfortable, your phone number in the chat. That way, when
Okay.
we do other things, I can
Okay.
keep you in the loop.
Okay.
Thanks for
Okay.
coming. Okay, back to the music then.
I love when people tell me to stop living off taxpayers when we're all taxpayers. Do they not,
Right.
do they not realize that taxpayers not some abstract group of people that are just like secretly funding the United States? It's everybody that's above like the age of 18.
That's right. I mean, the concept of collective economy is not strong in a capitalist society because we're all individualists, right? We think we all do it by ourselves. Anyways, you know what's good.
It's really funny. That's why I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Also, so Mama Donna, if you can also put your email and phone number in the chat, please, that'd be great so I can be in touch with you. You can private message me as well. All right, we're at 12:55, and I just want to transition out. Well, I don't think you both were like sticking through the whole time here, and really appreciate your support. And so, Aaron, if there anything that Spaces is doing, Medicare for All, if I could plug in, absolutely will. And working to create more room and space for this kind of work. And as I mentioned, really want to tie it into the COVID families work that you've also been a part of. And so for Mama Donna, I look forward to being in touch with you soon as well. Even with the behavioral health stuff that we do in the community, this is absolutely important because we know that mental health is not respected and you usually have to come out of pocket if you want, really great providers, which is unfair. And Medicare for
Chioma,
All can transform that. Yep.
can you hear me?
Yes.
For some reason, I couldn't hear you. Let me try it again.
Oh no.
I
Well,
heard you say
let
my
me
name.
group my kids out. They're making. I think bye. I'm almost done. Okay.
Let me see. Something
Out.
going on with mine.
Take Chai with you. Hold on a second.
Okay, let's try now. Aaron, can you say something to me so I can see if I can hear?
Testing,
Oh,
1, 2,
I hear
3,
you.
testing.
I couldn't hear Chioma. I heard her say my name, and that was all I could hear. And then
Well,
it
if it's
went away.
any consolation, I can hear her, so maybe it might be something on your end.
Yeah, I can hear you fine now. So
So I'm already I'm through 2,000 names right now.
So
but
when
it
you
seems
finished
so
your
sorry.
500, they gave you more?
What's up?
When you finished your 500, they gave you more?
Request more.
Request more
okay.
button pops up under the names on the left
Okay.
side of the screen. But you're on mobile, aren't you, or was that someone else?
Yeah, I'm on mobile.
Okay, so maybe it might be somewhere else.
Okay. Chioma, you were saying something to me and I missed part of it.
Oh no. Glad you're getting the help. I still have to deal with my younger son who needs help.
I
Um,
understand.
but I was saying that this ties in really well to the mental health work we already do in the community, and I just look forward to finding ways to draw those connections. So thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm glad I clicked on it when I saw it and ignored the too late to register sign.
Right. No worries
But
at
y'all
all.
have a great day. I'm just gonna stay on. I am recuperating, so I will do a little and rest a little, do a little, rest a little until I get it all done.
For sure. And if you want, I want to refresh your list. I don't know, Erin, I don't know how it looks on mobile, but on the desktop, there's like a pink button
Mhm.
that says, something about more conversations. But do you know how it works on a phone, Erin?
No idea. I've been on my computer this whole time, and that's why I've been getting through so many. It's basically the only condition that needs to be met is that everybody that you had initially has to have been replied to, and then they'll prompt you to request more conversations. That's all I can say for sure.
Okay, so thank you. I'm going to end the call because, mommy duties call. And thank you all for being here and look forward to seeing y'all in the trenches.
Yeah, no. So, I look forward to seeing you again. And I know you were trying to say something about Spaces and Actions, Medicare for All group, which we did meet last Wednesday. So me and TJ are trying to cook up something to, expand out. And if we can, ally with you and the work that you're doing, that'd be great. Because obviously the more
Yeah, let's meet offline and think programmatically what we can do.
yeah, because
right?
I want something. I want something big. I was telling TJ this yesterday. I was like, I need for this group of people that we want on board with us to, be more
Yeah, and
involved and have something to do.
is there a local ask for Medicare for All from Spaces perspective?
Our local ask is the Medicare for All resolution is what we're heavily pushing right now. That's the main thing. Have I told you about that yet? Or
No, at City Council. It's a great time while me and Mama Donna are here. Enlighten us, please.
Okay, well if you've got a couple minutes, I know you got to attend to Ati and
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay, great. Basically, We've been in works with other organizations, local and nationally. That includes National Nurses United, your organization, obviously, CPD, Public Citizen, DSA, Metro DC DSA, and the four of our groups have been working together since at least January, but probably before then, to push a Medicare for All resolution in the DC City Council. And we've made some really good strides so far. We've already gotten 4 of the 5 city council members on the health committee on our side already. We've sat and talked with them. We even had Christina Henderson actually look at our resolution, which we did draft. We drafted the resolution from members within our coalition from other resolutions that passed around the United States and kind of meshed them together and made it fit DC. And she actually drew up an official documents, and that's going to be presented to the city council when we got enough supporters on our side. But right now, we're basically just trying to meet with as many council members as we possibly can. The main ones being Trayon White, Vincent Gray, and Robert White Jr., which we did secure a meeting with him this coming week. So we're going to try and bring out people to that so they can either sit in. They can either sit in or have a testimony prepared and get put on the list of people to share their stories. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. And the group that me and TJ have put together, our health committee or our M4A squad, is people we intend to get really heavily involved in the Medicare for All work. Okay, that was a lot of words. I want to give you time to respond.
Oh, no, really appreciate that. If there's like a way to know, not sure if I can join the, if there are meetings like council visits and things like that. I'm not sure if you have sent it out an email. I apologize if you already have. If not, if you could please send it out, and then I'll try and circulate it now that I'm getting better grounded in what can happen from my end.
Right. Basically, when we do turn out for it, we're reaching out to people that have already been like, yes, like I'm good with it. And of course, the people that have come out to our Medicare for All training series as well. We want more of those people. Right now, we're just busy just plugging people in, like making calls. Hey, how you doing? Making it those one-on-one introductions. Because I really want to know the people that we're working with, so I feel like they're more connected to what we're doing with Medicare for All. But these meetings are coming up quick, especially the ones with the council members. I say within the next week or so. So.
Have you sent out the dates, times for those, please? And if you need people.
Yeah, when we get those down pat, I will make sure to have you on the list of people that receive that email. Apologies if you haven't received any before. But now going forward, of course, now that you know what you're doing.
I think I have. I may have. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check my email. So my apologies if I'm asking you something I already kind of have in my inbox somewhere, but please send it again, then it'll be on the top of the list and fresh in my mind. So.
Gotcha. Well, for these new ones, these have been internal emails, but when we notify the group, we'll definitely have you on there. Especially.
All right, cool. Well, have a great rest of your weekend. And and let's set up some time to talk strategically about Medicare for All. And Mama Donna, really hope that you are excited about Medicare for All and can plug in, and even some of the stuff that Erin was just saying, if you want to plug in, your email address is there in the chat. So I don't know if you would just want to grab it and add her.
Here's me. While I'm thinking of
that would be great. I'm just thinking about as we start revving up DC Families United, that would be a really wonderful topic that we can bring up there to generate interest and see, with that whole constituency, to get those people revved up and, just connect the folks that we have.
I mean, if we need to show, we need to show up to talk about it with somebody, at least even on like a really informal level, outside of our normal like meetings, because we're trying to do these squad meetings like monthly. I'm cool with just like talking to people about it and having people.
Well, I definitely have a couple of circles where I can, bring up and share information that comes to me, that I can share it in circles where I don't feel like I'm resending it out to the same people, because I'm in so many different circles, and you look around, it's like, oh, but these are the same people that's over there in that circle. So so it's not to flood people with stuff that they've
No,
already
I
done.
understand. If you're just at least interested in having a conversation with me, just in general about
Oh
spaces,
yeah,
what we're doing, then
sure.
I'm more than happy
The
to
more
do
you
that.
know, right?
Right. And if we need to speak with other groups, you said DC Family Action. I think I
DC
think
Families United.
DC
Yeah,
Family United. I think that's another group. Okay, DC Families United.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Fareed,
please keep
myself.
me in the loop with DC Families United. I've been curious as to what's going to happen with that since DCC ended, and I think
Right.
Imani's
It's
repositioned in
gonna be,
DDH.
yeah, and it's really gonna be up to the families that were involved with setting it up to really keep it going. And once I think Imani gets settled, I'm waiting to see. I'm not for sure how much, if any, time she'll have that she can uh put towards DC Family United, like she did when we were actually setting it up through DCC. I'm not for sure if there will be any time that she can allot to DC Families United. But regardless, the families are the ones that have to really make it work. And when it was established that the families would make it work. So it's those of us who were a part of the creation have to really garner ourselves up and keep it going, and keep outreaching and doing engagement with families, just to say this is your voice, and to bring people in. So I'm excited to see that rise up and continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm gonna hop off because live
Okay.
activities. Time for
Yes,
Grandma's
I'm gonna
house.
finish these up
Bye.
here, and then I'm gonna log off of the through text. But 2,000 people is what I got up to.
Oh my gosh, I can't. That is amazing. That's
That's
great. Wow.
great.
Just-
Well, y'all take care. Enjoy this sunny day and have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
oh yeah, I should probably go outside.
Yes.
Yes, we are going outdoors
I,
now. My
I
boys are
started
going.
outside, got hot, and
I
now I'm
see.
back in the house.
I need to do that. All right,
Take care,
Donna,
everyone.
Gioma,
Bye bye.
y'all have a great day. Talk to y'all later.